fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Listen to me. Two.
Cousins now to throw on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
Check. 53 flight.
Cousins again. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And his throw here's incomplete. Akello Witherspoon, really good coverage from the Colorado man, getting a hand in on it.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
Kill. Turn it.
Lucky 50.
Check. Left. Mike 27.
Black.
Check. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
All right, now here we go. Oh. Wide.
He's down on the right.
The hut. Eddie.
Check.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
Lucky 50.
Switch.
Ringo.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Again, it's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they move this all the way down to the 9. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9.
Alert. Free down. Watch A9. He's yours. Check 3.
They'll run with Cook, and they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
56 for Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Set.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get through.
You sound like you're going negative on me, partner.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the three's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
Dan Bailey now. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And we are even at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Linval Joseph. Busting throw to get him for a loss of 6.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Over! 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 Gone!
He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. Two minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Set. 319. 319.
Looking to throw. Going deep here for Taylor. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The all-pro corner Xavier Rhodes there to knock that one away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Cousins on first down. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Aldrick Robinson, 36 yards. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. And he'll bang that one through. Bailey now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And The Vikings now heading on to the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Black.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return will stop right around the 25. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Gone!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Patriot! Gone!
Back to throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Listen to me.
On your team.
Black. Two.
Following the interception, Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Let's go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Yellow.
Final play of the half. Cousins gonna let one fly for Robinson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones in a first down.
Here
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Of course, last year, you think about Dalvin Cook's injury in Week 4 with a torn ACL, just hoping that he can stay healthy in 2018.
And if so, we'll see plenty of runs that will be big time in 2018. Because in 2017, he took over the starting running back job as a rookie and was off to a terrific start. In fact, if you ask people in the Minnesota Vikings organization, they were giddy at the fact that they were able to get him outside of the first round and plug him into the lineup. They expect him to be big time in this season.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. First down, here's Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A give. This is Cook. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here we go, Ark.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen from 8 yards out. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Bailey now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's a look. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense.
First half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Taylor. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll look to throw. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. He'll drop to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Trent Taylor, the one he was looking for. And it's second down.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Detroit! Over!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be third down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
You give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Let's go.
48 Mike.
Yellow.
What we got?
First.
To the air again, it's Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Hey, flipper. Black. Rhino.
Again, it's Cousins. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Rhino!
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Caught out left side by Robinson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
Black.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. The Vikings on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
Listen to me. Hey, we're good.
51 to Mike.
Two.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Well, great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return, and the Niners will take over at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A dump down to McKinnon. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
A dump down to McKinnon. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and it's creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22. Back to throw now on 1st down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. to throw. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And it's 3rd and short.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now it's Breida. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's caught. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Gold now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you'd think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins. And that is incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Yellow, 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 yellow.
Let's go. Tighten up.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
First. Gun.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor, and it's a 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
51 to fight, boy. 51.
Hey, Oscar. Two.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Black.
Shoot that ball. Watch the twist.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The reception good for 7. It's third down. On third down, Cousins. Open man as Thielen is complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. On first and 10, Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Cousins going to come up on a first and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Yellow. Black. 2. 2.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
I'm coming. Rhino. Lynn 50. Here we go.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Leave it. Ringo, 48.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So that'll back him up 5. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 33. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Elsewhere, they're on to the 4th quarter at MetLife Stadium. And the Jaguars have scored again, so they are in the driver's seat big time in that one. A win would be their first of the young season. They'll look to throw. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He'll look to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted.